4. First, the highlights. Lagos State government begins entrepreneurship training for youth in blighted, underserved area. Independent Electoral National Commission to commence nationwide voter registration on August 18. And on the foreign scene, Slovenia becomes first European Union country to impose arms embargo on Israel. And in sports, Confederation of African Beach Volleyball Under-18 Championship begins in Abuja. Now the news in details. I am Timi Dayo Anthony. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Unemployment, has launched a new entrepreneurship training initiative targeted at youths residing in blighted and underserved areas of the state. The initiative, aimed at tackling youth and unemployment and fostering inclusive economic growth, was flagged off at the Alimosha Local Government Secretariat, marking the commencement of the pilot phase of the program. Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajibwatafe, emphasized the urgency of addressing the opportunity gap and restoring hope to marginalized communities that have long been overlooked in mainstream development conversations. According to the commissioner, the program is strategically designed to equip young people in these communities with practical vocational skills, entrepreneurship development, digital literacy, and access to finance and mentorship. Ajibwatafe added that the program is a core component of Lagos State government's broader agenda for inclusive economic development and social transformation, aligning with the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's commitments to people-centered administration. The Lagos State government has officially presented 7 brand new buses to the Ministry of Justice through the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, LSSTF, fulfilling an earlier commitment made by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to enhance the operational capacity of the ministry and strengthening justice delivery across the state. Now, speaking at the event, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro, expressed profound appreciation to the governor for his unwavering support for justice sector. Pedro noted that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu remains focused on building strong institutions, and the justice sector is at the heart of that vision. He said the vehicles are not just fulfillment of a promise, but investment in access to justice and in the professional who make it happen every day. Also speaking, Executive Secretary of the LSSTF, Abdulrazak Balogun, noted that the donation was made at the instance of the governor, and it marks the first time the agency is receiving such a request from the governor to directly support the Ministry of Justice. In a strategic move to align Nigeria's trade framework with its climate commitments, the Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, has launched a handbook on import and export procedures for renewable energy equipment. The new publication is designed to simplify customs processes, remove long-standing trade barriers within Nigeria's green energy sector, and aims to serve a practical and dynamic tool for stakeholders involved in renewable energy trade across Nigeria's border. The handbook unveils at the NCS headquarters in Abuja was developed through a collaborative effort involving the European Union, the German Embassy, and the German Corporation for International Cooperation, GIZ. Comptroller General of Custom, Adewale Adeniyi, described the handbook as more than just an operational manual, calling it a living guide and policy instrument that reflects Nigeria's readiness to lead in the transition to a green economy. He emphasized that the handbook will be updated periodically to incorporate emerging technologies, evolving global standards, and new government policies. And now to the rest of the news. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the commencement of the 2025 nationwide continuous voter registration exercise ahead of the upcoming elections. According to a statement by the commissioner via its X handle, online pre-registration will open on Monday, August 18, 2025, through its official portal, cvr.inecnigeria.org. The commission stated that in-person registration will commence on Monday, August 25, 2025, at all INEC local government area offices and designated registration centers nationwide. It stated that the exercise will run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. INEC urged eligible Nigerians who have not yet registered to take advantage of the opportunity to do so. Unions in Nigeria's aviation sector have issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, over the prolonged delay in implementing a new salary structure for workers under the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA. In a joint letter dated July 31, the unions expressed frustration that despite concluding negotiations with NAMA management over 8 months ago, agreed salary adjustments remain unimplemented. The letter was signed by the General Secretary of the Air Transport Service Sector Staff Association of Nigeria, National Union of Air Transport Employees, National Association of Nigeria Aviation Professionals, and the Amalgamated Union of Public Corporations, Civil Service, Technical and Recreational Service Employees. The ultimatum, which expires on August 7, warns of a total withdrawal of service by aviation workers if the issue is not resolved. And now to foreign news. Slovenia has become the first country in the European Union to ban all weapons trade with Israel over its war on Gaza. The announcement comes 2 weeks after the Central European Union accused 2 Israeli ministers of inciting extreme violence and serious violation of human rights of Palestinians with their genocide statement. The arms embargo was announced by the Prime Minister Robert Glover after government session, saying the country is moving ahead independently because the EU is unable to adopt concrete measures due to internal disagreements and disunity. In June 2024, Slovenia's parliament passed a decree recognizing Palestinian statehood, following in the step of Ireland, Norway, and Spain, a move partly spurred by condemnation of Israel's bombing of Gaza. Last week, France, the United Kingdom, and Canada also announced they may recognize a Palestinian state. And now to sports. About 20 countries are battling for honors as the 2025 Confederation of African Volleyball Under-18 Boys and Girls Beach Championship begins in Abuja. The event, which is scheduled to run through August 7, will see the countries on the continent battle it out on the sand for the right to be called Junior Champions of Africa. President of the CAVB Beach Volleyball Commission, Musa Nimrod, has given assurance on Nigeria's readiness in hosting a hitch-free competition. Nigeria had previously hosted the Olympic qualifiers twice and a senior championship, but this will be the first time the country is hosting the Under-18 tournament. The 2025 CAVB Under-18 Boys and Girls Beach Volleyball Championship will serve as a qualifier for the 2026 FIVB Under-19 Beach Volleyball World Championships, which is scheduled to run from July 9 to 7. Just before we go, remember, speed thrills but kills. Always avoid excessive speed. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our websites on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM live on my Lagos app for timely update. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, has launched a new entrepreneurship training initiative targeted at youths residing in blighted and underserved areas of the state. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the commencement of the 2025 nationwide continuous voter registration exercise ahead of the upcoming elections. We also told you that Slovenia has become the first country in the European Union to ban all weapons trade with Israel over its war on Gaza. And in sports, about 20 countries are battling for honors as the 2025 Confederation of African Volleyball Under-18 Boys and Girls Beach Championship begins in Abuja. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.